Hello, so in this video we're going to cover a few frequently asked questions that we get about our HDI 3D scanning systems. These are mainly going to be focused on different materials that we can scan with the scanners. We'll have a couple other FAQ videos regarding various processes, but these are by far the most common questions that we get. So the first one is different colored objects. So black objects are a big thing. If we have black parts, how easily can we scan them? Black's not all that difficult to scan. We simply change our exposure settings on our scanner to where we can get up to the appropriate exposure for it. Think of if you take a picture at night, you need to increase the exposure on a regular camera. Well, it's the same thing with a HDI 3D scanner. So you can see we have the side view of this part that we created here really quickly and easily. The next one's metallic parts. So metallic parts, again, is another really simple thing. We just adjust the exposure and we're able to scan those with relative ease on our HDI advanced scanners. And this goes for the HDI Advanced as well as the HDI 100 series scanners. The 100s are blue light scanners, whereas the HDI Advanced are white light scanners. Sometimes there is a common, there's a big deal in the industry that says that blue light is much better at scanning metallic surfaces than white light scanning. However, the increase is very, very minimal. You're looking at 1 or 2%. You really can't notice much of a difference between a blue light or a white light 3D scanner. There's a lot of marketing really that's just involved in that. It's really more about how the data is collected and processed after the scan that makes or breaks the amount of data that you can get. So on the black part, we got really good quality data. Same thing on our metallic part. We're able to get really good quality data very easily. Then we come into our extremely shiny parts. So for instance, this is what I would consider to be a polished, or your chrome, a polished metallic part. This can be a little bit more difficult to scan, and if you notice on the other side, we have a little bit of white stuff, which we'll talk about here in just a moment. But this can be a little bit more difficult to get a good scan off of, and we'll discuss that here. So let's take a shot. We'll press scan. And we'll see that data pop up on the screen. So if you notice up near the top where we have a little bit more of a matted surface, we're able to capture that data really easily. And down on the majority of our part, we're able to get the most of that data fairly well. However, you notice there's a big hole down here in the middle. So we can capture shiny surfaces fairly easily. There are a few limitations though, so we need to take multiple shots in order to completely get this whole scan as well as we possibly could. And just because we run into a few little errors like this, which is just kind of unavoidable when you get to a highly reflective object because it's throwing the light back at the scanner. So they're not impossible to get, but there are a few difficulties when it gets to it. And when you're scanning extremely shiny, mirror finished objects and also objects that are transparent, what we use is a product called Magnaflux, which we have a can of right here. This is Magnaflux SKD-S2 developer spray. It sprays on white to our parts. It sprays on very easily, and when we put that on a part, it makes it much more easily scanned. So it puts a nice matte white finish on the part itself. And we'll just see a quick comparison from this data to the other one. So we can see we get much better scan quality off of the second part than compared to the first part, just strictly from putting a little bit of this Magnaflux on. So let's talk about this product just a little bit. It's relatively inexpensive. It's used very commonly in industry, so Most manufacturing facilities already have this in stock, and you can pick it up at most industry-related stores. So your MSCs, your Grangers. The product goes on very thin. It adds about approximately a 12 to 13 micron thick coating from what I've found. And the nice thing about it is once you're done, if you need the part, it simply wipes right off. So we can run this under some water or just take a towel to it, and we have all of that wiped right off of the part itself. The chemical structure is just titanium dioxide, which is put in skim milk, and isopropyl alcohol, which is just rubbing alcohol, which is what's used to actually deliver the product and then evaporate away quickly, leaving a dry surface. So really safe to use, very convenient, very easy to spray on. And that really covers the main frequently asked questions for scanning various types of parts. But if there is a question that we missed here, feel free to give us a call or shoot us an email, and we would be more than happy to answer that for you. Thank you.